Hello everyone, this is Mercy VGC, and this is my first Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Right now we are in the VGC format, the second rule. I don't know what it's called, but in this format, Paradox Pokemon are allowed. So you can see the presence of the Paradox Among Us, Paradox Jigglypuff, and Paradox Hariyama in here. Ever since the new format came out, it's been non-stop only Paradox Pokemon in the ranked games. So here we are with my Japanese opponent. She used Annihilate and Jigglypuff, and I used my Sylveon and Grimmsnarl. I just go for the safe play, which is a Hyper Voice. And I know the Jigglypuff is gonna use a Trick Room. That's why I use Taunt. Of course, if I'm gonna use my Hyper Voice, might as well Terraform it or Terrastalize it into my favorite type, Sylveon. I use Taunt as expected. And turns out the Annihilate is a Final Gambit user. Maybe he got it from Wolf VGC or Wolfie VGC. I don't know that set of Annihilate. But at least I got my taunt of the Jigglypuff and potentially destroyed her battle plan. Battle plan to set up a Trick Room. See, I was right. He sent out his own Sylveon, but I sent out my own Torkoal to set up my Drought. Although I have nothing to benefit from it for Sylveon. At least my Sylveon is stronger than hers because mine already has used the Throat Spray. And I think the opponent Sylveon is using Throat Spray as well. That's why I use Clear Smog in case his SP attack got raised. And he uses Psychic Fangs to my Torkoal, not too much damage. I use Shadow Ball and hoping to kill him, but no. He did survive with like 1-8 HP, and here comes the Sylveon. And turns out he's using Life Orb. And my Clear Smog is useless. Another Psychic Fangs didn't do quite that damage, and my Hyper Voice, which is both boosted by Throat Spray and my Fairy Terra type, killed the Jigglypuff, and my Torkoal is dead as well, also from a Hyper Voice. And my only one left is Cerulege, and here I solidified my stance that I will win this game. Because my Cerulege have the ability Flash Fire, and my Sylveon has Quick Attack, so it can just one-hit the opposing Sylveon no matter how fast it is. And my Cerulege here cannot get fire attacks from their Torkoal. Yeah, that's why I have Quick Attack on my Sylveon, because of those moments. Bitter Blade didn't do quite a lot of damage, but who cares? Any attack from this Torkoal cannot do shit about my Cerulege. Solar Beam, no way. No way of winning. And I'll just destroy him with other attacks. Ooh, he is very tanky as well. But will he survive my Shadow Ball? Nope, it's a critical hit. And I won. Second battle for today. He used the very infamous Indeedee and Armorog, and I used Sylveon and Grimmsnarl, both fiery type that I like. Of course, the Psychic Surge, which makes the expanding force of the what do you call that, Armor Rouge stronger, and Indeedee have the Psychic Seed, which raises SP defense. I decided to use Shadow Ball on Armor Rouge, taking a gambit on whether Indeedee will use Follow Me or not. So I used Foul Play on Indeedee in case. Let's see how much damage the Foul Play can do against it. Indeedee used Dazzling Gleam. I know it will not do a lot of damage. Indeedee is not that kind of Pokemon that does a lot of damage, but it is a great support. However, Armarouge is left without armor or defense and got teared down by my Shadow Ball. Use Trick Room for some reason. I know Armarouge is faster than both Sylveon and Grimmsnarl, and also Grimmsnarl is a prankster, which makes it a priority if ever he uses a non-damaging move. I decided to go Spirit Break against Indeedee. And yes, I was right on my prediction. He used Follow Me. That's why I used Hyper Voice on this turn, because I know the Shadow Ball won't just land. And Throat Spray activated. Spirit Break. I hope it does break Indeedee. And he is left with 1 HP. Armarouge used Expanding Force. I know my Sylveon can handle it. It has high base SP defense. Yes, it did not die despite of the Psychic terrain. And of course, Grimmsnarl is Dark type. I decided to use Hyper Voice as well. And to my advantage, the Trick Room that they set up is going to be for my benefit. Sylveon, Hyper Voice, and of course both of them died, fainted, I mean. Hyper Voice Sylveon is just so much damage. Grimmsnarl used Spirit Break but it failed. Doesn't matter. He sent out now his Paradox Pokemon, which is Iron Hands, and his own Torkoal, which will make the battle more interesting since there will be Drought. However, I don't think Iron Hands has use for Drought. I decided to use Protect in case this Hariyama is gonna use a Fake Out against me. And turns out he used Protect as well. I thought he was gonna use Fake Out this turn and just kill my Sylveon. This Torkoal left untouched, used Eruption full power, and luckily my Grimmsnarl is strong enough to survive. However, it's still useless since Iron Hands use Protect. I'm gonna use Hyper Voice this turn, just gambling whether I'm faster or slower even than Torkoal. Use Spirit Break on Iron Hands just to land a SP attack. I mean a very effective. What is happening? And turns out Torkoal is slower. Iron Hands use Swords Dance, but let me tell you something. It won't matter with my next two Pokemon, which is Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Here's why. My Dondozo is using Unaware, so if you are using Unaware as an ability for Dondozo, it does not care whether you have +6, +2, +100 defense or attack. It will just take normal damage, and since my Dondozo is very tanky, it can take hits from both Iron Hands and even from a Solar Beam of this Torkoal if it has one. I terrestrialized my Dondozo, expecting a Wild Charge or a Thunder Punch from Iron Hands, boosted with Swords Dance. That doesn't even matter as well. I terrestrialized Ground for the reasons of electric type. He went ahead and terrestrialized his own Hariyama as well. I mean Iron Hands. Turns out it was grass, so I don't think it will die from my earthquake as like I predicted it from. Okay, the Turk-hole, of course. Why would he even survive that? Thunder Punch, I am ground. It doesn't affect me. I am the winner of this game. I used Order Up just because it is the best move to do. It will raise my attack. He eats his citrus berry. Use Drain Punch. And look at the damage. That is with Sword Stance. Oh my god, he is fuming right now. I use Order Up. No matter what happened, use Protect, use something. My attack will just get raised next turn still. Use Swords Dance, hoping that he can one-shot me if ever. But no, this is Dondozo after all. That's why you motherfuckers don't use Paradox Pokemon only on ranked battles. Be more creative. Use Pokemons like this. And I won